The government of the Virgin Islands, through the Department of Trade, Investment Promotion and Consumer Affairs, conducted training in the application process for the Caribbean Overseas Small and Medium Enterprises Direct Assistance Grant Scheme on Wednesday, July 8, 2015, to small businesses and stakeholders at the H. Lavely Stout Community College Marine Center. The training program was implemented as government continues with efforts to strengthen and develop small and medium enterprises in the territory. The Direct Assistance Grant Scheme is part of the 41-month COSME program, which will disperse an overall 15 million euros to projects or initiatives benefiting participating Caribbean territories. The global objective of this initiative is to provide direct assistance grants to identified actions to strengthen the operations of select business support organizations and small and medium enterprises in the 12 overseas countries and territories. SME expert for the British Overseas Countries and Territories with the COSME program, Mr. Samuel Kruner, facilitated the workshop and explained various aspects of the grant application process.
You're going to summarize it based on these headings. Need to be done in, like you would see there, you have now another point, relevance of actions, 3 pages. You can also do it in 1 page or half page, no matter what. It depends on what you have to write, the information that you can put together in a very small and concise and focused number of pages, but it should be less than 3 pages. But the basic thing that the EU is looking at is at the bottom that you will see here. Your executive summary need to be done in 5 full pages or less. A4 size. Yeah, see the hands going up now. Arial 10 character to margin, single line spacing. That detail. Now, what we have said to present to our audience in general during our presentation, you see that A4 thing is what is causing some problems, because some islands, some countries only have letter size. It's the EU. Do the A4. It is upon, however, the discretion of the evaluator to accept whether you have put it on legal or letter size. To say like, man, I'm looking at the content, no bother with that rule. But to stay within, thank you. To stay within the rules of the EU, of Arial 10 characters, 2 centimeters margin, single line spacing. Don't go and change other things and change things around. Don't go and take the form and go and put it in your own font that you're used to. Don't put any logos on it, or letterheads, or flowers, and those nice things in it. Don't do that. Just take the form as it is. It's ugly, it's boring, but complete the content. That's what they're looking for. Because the evaluation committee will be neither me or anybody in my office. Will be people that don't know you, that never heard of your company, and will be going through that form based on the information that is mentioned there. So that's why, but it's just going through it with a team, you are better able to capture everything and not miss a bit. One of the things that we are advising people is that when you're going through and understand what you need to complete, you're going to see forms that are very easy to complete, just get it out of the way one time. One of them is what you will see, and I'm not sure if it is in your package. No, it's not in your package, but you will see on the list is a legal identity form and a financial identification form. Those 2 forms are just pre-designed forms for one is to find out what type of business you are, and the other one is for getting your banking information with Swift code and those kind of stuff. Get it out of the way. It's done in 1 day. You're gonna leave it to the end. This is the legal identification form and the financial identification form. It's a PDF file that you can complete. We had a session this morning here about the Direct Assistance Grant Scheme, the application process that applicants will have to go through when it comes to applying for the Direct Assistance Grant Scheme that is been launched since the 21st of May 2015. This application process requires for companies to, go through the form, predefined form that is being uploaded on our website, cosmeprogram.org, and on the EU website. And in this morning's session, we had tried to answer the questions, going through in detail about the different areas of the form that need to be completed. It is important because it requires areas of clarification to applicants, but also to encourage them to apply for this EU grant. The EU grant is being provided for under the COSME program of about €500,000. And for this call for proposal, there's €200,000 available for all 12 OCTs. And it was important to explain the whole process. The EU can be very really bureaucratic and really require a bit more explanation than normal. But it was important to go through that process to give them a clear indication of what they need to do, how they need to do it, and when they need to submit the application form.
Participants of the session believed that it was quite beneficial and had this to say.
Mr. Christopher, you just participated in a working session as it related to the Direct Assistant Grant Scheme coming out of the COSME program. What are your thoughts regarding this session and in relation to businesses participating in the scheme?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity. I'm here actually representing the Chamber of Commerce, Beaver Chamber of Commerce. I'm the president of business. The initiative seems to be geared towards not only strengthening small businesses, but also strengthening support organizations in which the Chamber of Commerce is a part. And so they're offering grants. There's specific requirements that you have to qualify for to receive those grants. But apart from the grants, there's also training initiatives that can come along with the program. So I think the whole initiative is a great initiative for the BVI.
From the Chamber's perspective with business support organizations, which is what the Chamber of Commerce would do, how do you see the Chamber being able to take forward and help support other small businesses to be successful participating in this program?
Well, one of the things that the Chamber has been trying to provide is data for businesses. A lot of businesses come to the Chamber for market data and trends data about what's taking place in the BVI, what's changing, what's getting, what's different, or what's changing from the way that business is being done. One of the initiatives that we are hoping to be able to launch real soon is a database that can show market trends. How much local fish do people eat? If I was to get into a business, how much would be how much would the market bear in terms of what people are willing to pay for fish or chicken, or what are we doing in terms of technology or shoes or clothes, or what are the trends? What's changing? What's dying out? What's coming in? And so being able to provide that type of market data to businesses so that when you decide to make an investment in a business, you have a clear idea of what is the practices that the community is participating in that will influence your business.
Do you see more persons? Is there been an increase in the number of new businesses coming out, or even businesses expanding based on where you sit in the Chamber?
I would say so. I would say that in every environment there's opportunities, and businesses continue to change, businesses continue to evolve. 10 years ago, there may have been market conditions that encouraged you to start a business. You may have seen an opportunity where you could provide a specific type of service. Over the 10-year period, those opportunities may have changed, or the requirements may be different. For want of a better analogy, there was a time when having a beeper was the state-of-the-art thing to have, and that has changed. Most people are using cell phones. In terms of communications, there's a lot of new trends in terms of how we communicate. And so the business opportunities have continued to change along with the times as it moves on. So businesses will evolve or have to evolve, and new opportunities continue to become available as we continue to change the way that we do things. We realize that in an area where you might be providing a service that deals a lot with your artistic skills, you might have to transition into providing those same type of artistic skills, but in a computerized fashion. I see tremendous amount of opportunities still. When I was growing up, there was something called desktop publishing, and we learned about how do you present information to the public. We did a lot of posters and flyers, but as we transition into the online environment, a lot of the younger people don't necessarily understand that presentation. And so people with those older skills about how to grab people's attention can benefit in the new environment with those posters or billboards, or everyone is posting stuff. The situation is still the same. You need to be very effective in how you market your information and get those clicks that everyone is looking for. So the environment is always changing. The opportunities are always changing. Sometimes your business might transition, and to be able to adapt to the new environment is where the challenges are always there.
Thank you, Mr. Christopher. So based on what I've just understood from you, this workshop is timely. It will help us to grow and become more competitive as we get into the global market of industries and technology.
I think so.
We're here with Ms. Saskia Barnes of Barnes PR. Please tell us a little bit about your business.
Thank you, Nadia. I'm Saskia Barnes from Barnes PR, and I'm in public relations. The company has been around since 2009, and we assist businesses and individuals, organizations, and causes in really articulating their vision and trying to help them in terms of their overall goals using communication.
You've just sat through the working session for the COSME program with the Direct Assistance Grant Scheme. Tell us, what are your thoughts about the scheme, the grant process, and even how do you think businesses can benefit from being a part of that?
Well, I think it's an excellent opportunity for us here in the Virgin Islands. Working with some other entrepreneurs throughout the region, you realize that they get the benefit of a lot of these types of grant programs. And we, as an OCT, or perhaps for other reasons, we usually don't get the opportunity to apply for grants and to really try to use grant funds to really develop business. And a lot of times in the territory, persons really depend on private funding from the bank. And of course, the government has the National Business Bureau funding scheme. So I think it's a good opportunity for us here in the territory to learn about the whole funding process, as well as to, of course, get the additional funds to really develop businesses. And I'm hoping a whole lot more entrepreneurs really take advantage of the opportunity.
It was a very informative program. I think what they're doing is great. They're trying to give assistance to all the Caribbean islands. And I think that it will benefit all small businesses to send in an application. I will be doing such. It's great to see that people have interest in developing other countries and giving money, and even with training and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that we can all benefit from whatever it has to offer.
What was one of the items coming out of the training that really stuck with you in terms of piquing your interest about the Direct Assistance Grant Scheme, which is what the training focused on?
Well, of course, the free money is always a plus, but even if you're not successful with the grant, it gives you an opportunity to develop your business due to the application process, hitting key points as to where you may want to go with your business in the future and what you may want to develop now. So even if you're not successful, you'll at least have a business plan that can take you in the future later.
It is envisioned that the initiative will help the OCTs to become more diversified in their product offerings, be more sustainable in relation to global economic changes, and mitigate changes or challenges faced as a result of climate change, which may affect their businesses through natural or man-made disasters.